Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where I have advanced time to about 3 months before our truce ends. And that is fantastic. We are apparently out of rare crystals, but that should not be the case for very much longer. I bought some in additionally. So there's a juggernaut that has existed. Sure, we don't care. This should, by the way, be the final episode. I don't see it going beyond this one for any reason, really. As you can see, we have gotten a bunch of Unity, and this did not come from normal, earning sources. This came from events, actually. So we got some event Unity, and we're currently using that up with our Naval Capacity Edict to gain that additional quarter point of power projection. Now, we're not the Custodian yet. 142 days left to vote on that resolution. I think that will likely be done by the end of this episode, hopefully, but the tick speed is not great. That's for sure. The tick speed is very, very not great. As you can see here, we're up to 3678 pops. There are 40 mech pucks remaining, 8 Zenak, 1 Kix Lufron, and 1 Azerian. And all of those are being integrated. So that is absolutely great. They are getting assimilated into the post-Carpetanians, and that is wonderful. I've also produced, as you can see, a few extra civilian ships. We had the influence to run a couple extra, so that is great. We're already in position for this war, and we're just waiting out the last couple months of this truce. So all we need to do here is wait until 9/14. So yeah, that's 2 months. Not bad. I like it. That is the only this is the only system not controlled by our Federation. So this is absolutely perfect. Everything else is controlled by our Federation or a vassal of someone in our Federation, which is close enough. We've got, say, this Forceful Drone Expansion Initiative. I have no idea what these are. This is a neutral thing. Okay. They don't actually control anything. But we've got these freeholders up here. They don't control anything. We've got Fortress Devils and Placid Leviathans. That's all fine. They're all within our space. So this is looking perfect. Everybody is within our empire except this one singular system. It is already pre-claimed. We did that previously, so that is amazing. What do we have here? Just a new entry? Okay, this is probably a colony ship that started up. That seems reasonably fine. So this is all looking good. Not much happened in that time other than a couple of events that gave us some Unity. Actually, there was only the one, and then I celebrated diversity with our minor artifacts. So that is absolutely fine. We're still running a deficit on volatile motes and rare crystals. We've gotten very few jobs to move around, although I see that this could apparently use an upgrade. Sure, why not? So our pop growth has been happening where there are needed, job openings. That's absolutely fine. I'm not too concerned about that right now. We could go up to 15 fleets. Also in the category of things I am not particularly concerned about at this time. So we're not going to do that for now. We're going to get nominated the Custodian here in 98 days. No one is abstaining. Nearly everyone is supporting. Who is opposing this? I want to look at the current Senate floor here. Who's opposing this? The Sacrosanct Genlock Commonwealth. They're a protectorate. And they're disloyal. Fair enough. We may want to improve relations with them. We'll send Jesus Diaz here. That'll be absolutely fine. And they are currently a protectorate, so that sounds good. We could try to integrate subject. That would cost 402... Oh, agreement terms disallow integration. So it would have to change the terms. Okay. We can definitely do that. But it would be 325 influence. Okay. Yeah, it's not that big of a concern, to be honest. They're just voting against us in the galactic community. What else are they going to do? Literally nothing. They are our vassal, and that seems absolutely fine. We'll improve relations with them, and hopefully that alone will be enough. I wonder if we could call in favor. Hang on. We have one favor here, but that doesn't actually do anything. So can we get a favor from these guys? Probably not. It's fine. We're not too concerned about it. They're disloyal, but that's going to start going up a little bit. I'm really deeply unconcerned about it. So we're going to get this war completed very, very shortly here. The truce is almost up. We are going to declare instantly. Both of these should be at the jump point. Yes, they are. So they are ready to head directly in. Fantastic. So just waiting for this truce to run up. That is on the 14th. So that is very, very, very soon now. I like it. So just a couple of days here, and I don't expect this war to take very long, for the record. And then we'll probably just run this episode to completion and then end the series at that point. So that seems like a good plan, I think. At this point, of course, we have most of our setup out over here, although by no means all of it. Significant progress has been made in our constructions, so that is good. The Mechpuck's protectors close their borders. Right, it's over. The truce is over. We're going to immediately declare on them with our Conquer CB. And we are, in theory, at war. I think we have to ticket.
Declaration process.
Yes, we had to ticket one day. And now we're going to head directly in. They are not going to win this. I can tell you that right now. We're going to head directly in here. We're only sending the single fleet, and this will be wonderful. No one is leaving the Federation, so that looks good. And to be clear, it is not the Talensian Kingdom who is upset with us. The Talensian Kingdom is actually loyal. So that's interesting. They're the ones who left the Federation previously.
Striking hostile station.
Well, let's eliminate the last remaining holdouts here. No problem whatsoever. Oh yeah, we had this archaeological site. So I'm just going to say curious, but we can definitely take a look at what this looks like, assuming it finishes by the end. We'll see if that ends up happening. What is this notification? I don't know. Game's frozen. Damaged fleet? Okay, I don't care about that. That is completely expected and completely fine. So eventually the game will get caught up here, and we'll start ticking again. There we go. And we'll take out this fleet with no real problem whatsoever. So we're going to start getting our transport fleet moving in as of now. I just wanted to make sure we were fully engaged here before we actually started the hyperspace jump. So that will be absolutely okay. And eventually, we'll make our way up here and get the station and this army taken out. But the tick rate is not good. This is just how late-game Stellaris works. It is unfortunate. I wish that it worked better. Unfortunately, I think this is just the era of the Clausewitz engine that this was built with. It's just, as far as I can tell, the modern version of the engine used in Crusader Kings 3 and in Victoria 3 is significantly better. It's not perfect, but it is significantly better at utilizing multi-cores. Unfortunately, Stellaris is not great at that. So, maybe when we get Stellaris 2, we'll see. Speaking of which, I just realized Stellaris is actually the second oldest Paradox game that is in, like, active rotation right now. The oldest would be EU4, but of course EU5 is being actively worked on. That has been announced, and they've released a few things on it so far. So that's definitely interesting. That should mean that Stellaris 2, if they follow the order that they've set here, should be the next one. And then Hearts of Iron 6, like a month after that. Interesting. It's wild to think about the fact that Stellaris is almost a decade old at this point. That made me feel so old. Good lord. Stellaris came out in 2016, guys. That's insane. Oh, man. That made me very, very sad indeed. Well, let's reinforce our fleet here. This'll be fine. And we're going to land on Ophiel 2. This is not going to be particularly challenging. 535 there, and Ophiel will fall, and that will become ours. Fantastic. Our science ship can't find anything else to do. Okay. So we must have finished our archaeological site? No, we did not. Okay, well, that's disconcerting. Eventually Stellaris will realize I clicked on that. There we go. Ah, the problem here is our scientist died. We'll put op-ed cutscene here. Okay, so we were indeed appointed the custodians. Now we can get things done. Indeed, and the things that we can get done are construction. I'm going to get another 2 construction ships here. There we go. Those will be... I actually want to prioritize construction on these. Not like it would be very long, but we'll do it that way. Looks good. Okay. So this war should be over very, very, very shortly here. We are landing now, it looks like. We're in orbit at the moment. I don't see the landing craft moving, but that just might be a visual thing. Presumably this is happening. No orders. Land armies. Maybe I accidentally clicked enter orbit. Let's see what that does. As soon as the game starts ticking again, anyway. There we go. Cool. Landing craft going. That's what we want to see. Excellent. So downward they go. And a field 2 will fall very, very swiftly. Another round of landing craft going in. They have no chance to survive this, to be clear. None whatsoever. So this is all absolutely fine. We never really were going to have any problems here. I do want to send these guys back home. We should not run across anyone else in the amount of time we've got here. So that should be fine. Their fleet shouldn't pop back, even if there is any left. It shouldn't pop back anytime soon. We should be able to take O'Field 2 by then. So that looks great, and we're already through their reserves. I don't think they had any reserves. So that sounds wonderful. We're just waiting on the tick rate here. Any moment you want to go, Stellaris, that would be fine. Anytime now, Stellaris. For the record, it ended up taking like an hour to tick forward off camera here, so it would have been like almost 3 episodes to get to this point if I hadn't have cut it out. It was rather extensive, no doubt about
Initial
that.
colonization
So we are
finished.
ticking forward
Commencing.
again, so that is good. And we can see that the Ptolemy is not doing anything in Siagawa right now. And I want it to actually do things. There we go. And we do have these construction ships. So I'm going to send one over to Semestra, where we're going to build an orbital ring around Celestial Throne, and then we'll come out over this way and build a Habitat Central Complex, except we don't have the influence. So that's fine. Our influence gains are going up, but they are not... We're going to have to sit at this point for a little bit. So let's head into Minalauva, and here we're going to build an orbital ring as well. Fantastic. So we'll get that all going, and as soon as the game realizes that we issued those orders, that'll get started. Cool. This invasion is very nearly finished. But this tick rate is... well, it's definitely something. I don't know what it is, but it's... well, I do know what it is. It's slow. It is a very, very low tick rate. And I swear that if we go into this debug view here and we look at this last daily tick... okay, this is definitely saying that it's about twice as long as it was before. I don't think these numbers are accurate, but I think the ratio of them is accurate, if that makes any sense. So it was saying 500 milliseconds last time we looked at this. Now it's saying 900 milliseconds. And while I don't think that it took 500 milliseconds to do a daily tick before... okay, 1627 for that one. While I don't think that it took 500 milliseconds and 900 milliseconds to do a daily tick, I don't think those numbers are exactly correct. I do think that the fact that it's taking about twice as long to do a daily tick now is correct.
Planetary incursion
that's
initiative
absolutely
successful.
fine. We should see these guys cease to exist now. Well, as soon as we achieve war goals here. We'll send that offer. And they will accept this. There we go. This is not the ending that was foretold. Indeed, the Mechpuck's protectors are gone. And so that means that our Federation stands tall as the only power in the galaxy. And that is wonderful. We're going to send our army back home. We've still got another roughly 10 minutes here. The question is it worth it to suffer through this tick rate for 10 minutes when all we're going to do is we're going to build a few things, and we're not even going to get that all finished in that amount of time? I think the answer is no. I think maybe we should just end this series slightly short in this episode. I feel like this is a decent time to end it and just be like, we would continue to build things all throughout the galaxy. Ultimately, we would get to the point where we were interested in building in each of these locations that's not in areas that we would control, and we'd be interested in... Can we even build here? Hang on. Can we build in this sort of an ally location? No. Okay. I want to check down in the Talensian Kingdom. Can we build in vassal locations? That's the next question. No. Okay. So the next moves, were we to play this out, and this would be an exceptionally slow and exceptionally painful process, the next move would be slowly annexing everything into ourselves. It would take an exceptionally long time, and I don't think there's any point in actually doing that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and put a cut in here, and I'm going to be like, well, that is good enough. We've unified the galaxy. We've constructed very tall in a lot of locations. We're extremely powerful for how much space we control. I'm very happy with how that played out. I like that playing tall technique. The main issue with it is very influence hungry. No doubt about it. That is for sure. Well, I think, as I said, this is a good point to end it. A little bit short, but, I mean, the tick rate is what the tick rate is, right? Not much we can do about that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.